Oh, Friday. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome to the November 18th 2025 Michigan PR Group. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Oh, sorry to my doggo for
No, it's okay.
chiming
We're
in
up
there.
to million. I know, right? $1 secret is what it's called. Okay. Okay. And what platform? Netflix. All right. Netflix and the whole season.
All right, we'll mute that person for the moment. All right, so thank you for joining us today. In addition to the roundtable meeting, we've got a couple special guests joining us here today. So I'd first like to introduce Steve Bowers, head of TLN. Good,
Hey Kelly, how's it going?
and yourself?
Good, thanks.
And see, I'm looking out to see if Tara and DJ are joining us as well today here.
Tara will be with us. DJ can't. He's on the road. Sorry.
Okay, up and here comes Tara. So she's joining us at the moment. All right, so we have Tara and Steve here today to talk to us about TLN's new initiative that I think will benefit all of us. Doggos. And sorry for my dogs in the background here. So I will let them take it over if they're good with that. And if they want, if you need to be co-host, just let me know if you wanted to share anything.
All right. Do you want me to start, Steve?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Tara Moon. I'm the director at Bloomfield Township Public Library. For the last year, I've had the honor of serving on TLN's steering committee, which is a committee of library directors representing various libraries in the TLN co-op. And we work closely with the executive director, Steve, to further advance the mission of TLN. And we spent the bulk of our time in 2025 reviewing a membership survey that was given to all the members of TLN for feedback and help with setting strategic goals. And we came up with, I think it's 7 different goals, and one of them is around marketing. There was a strong thread of request for support with marketing from public libraries. And it seems like a shared resource of marketing materials was what was being requested. So I want to read the goal, and then I'm hoping we could have a conversation this morning around this goal, what you think of it, and how you think it might help or not. So the goal is to provide excellent service and to foster fiscal responsibility. TLN will establish a shared web-based forum to exchange marketing materials, digital content, communication templates, and tools for public education on various library and/or technology topics. So it's sort of a digital repository for marketing materials that all libraries could use as a way to, do what libraries do, share resources, take advantage of somebody else's talents, and then extrapolate that out into the world and let others make use of it. Does anybody have any thoughts or comments on that out the gate?
Well, I'll chime in that I think it's a great idea, especially, I think Canva will be very helpful in this because you can just save a copy of it and, then pop in your own logos far easier than you could have with any other product.
Yeah, so Canva as a platform seems like a good idea.
And we were curious too, it's for TLN, but we want it to be for the whole state since there's a Michigan PR group, you all. So sorry we're dragging you into our work, but we were wondering too if you had any thoughts yet about how it might be organized. So like, for Canva, should people deposit documents in this, or should we have a document that links to all different links in Canva and other resources? Do you think there'd be do you want space to chat with each other, or do you want just organized materials? So you all can think on it if you don't have thoughts today. And the committee will be thinking on it as well. And then, as we make any developments, we'll probably contact this group again as well as all of our other constituents.
Yeah, I guess put another way, it's been a long time since I was part of this group, but I know that in the past, there's been talk about sharing resources, even if it's ideas or seeing what others are doing. And I see that chatter on the listserv a lot. So when you all have conversations about that, is there a vision for what would be the most wonderful shared resource platform or library of things?
I'll chime in. I could see, like, I know there's some great stuff out there ready for Mel. I know there's some stuff like some database providers have that, but to have it all in like one spot, like with just here's the stuff for, Mel, here's the stuff for Consumer Reports. It'd be great to have one place to go for it all. So instead of having, okay, wait, I got to go search up EBSCO. Now I'll go search up Gale.
So a place to bring together all the marketing materials that already exist.
Yeah, I don't think we need to necessarily recreate the wheel on everything because there's a lot of great stuff out there, but
I can chime in also if I can. Kelly brings up a good point that we should definitely share prepared and things that we've done that really work. But also, I think it should be, like she mentioned, because I deal with Melcat daily. A lot of really great ideas came out of Lansing for us, where we could just cut and paste and put it on our own stuff. But I think that it would be a more of a combination, maybe a sandbox type of operation where good ideas could start, as well as what works for us. So maybe it would be sectioned off into those two categories, and then the top-down efforts if we're doing a blanket campaign like the 20th anniversary for Melcat. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on it.
Okay, so I just saw Steve put into the chat partnering with other state entities, and Pete, you said like sandbox where people could share ideas, a means to exchange info.
not to put Laura on the spot, but I know like Laura shares a lot of great stuff from MCLS, especially around summer reading and, other great content, to be able to, when she shares that, then take that link and add it to that, website.
Well, I know we've seen a lot of great sharing from Katie at Northville as well. She's shared tons of her content that she does for MAP, that she does for summer reading theme, all of that in Canva. I know she's done quite an extensive amount of work with that. And I know that all just ends up in Canva, but having a repository where folks could find it would be great.
Yeah, Katie was one of the inspirations for this. I know one of the things Steve had brought up, and this is reaching back into like the early days of the internet, but TLN used to have this web page that was a tutorial on using a mouse, when that was something that people didn't have a lot of exposure to. Is something like that of interest, like very, very basic technology skills that maybe people would, a library could put on their website or direct patrons to if they had a need?
It's interesting that I think that might be relevant again because younger Gen Z doesn't know how to use mouses, I hear.
So that specific topic, Jeff.
Bring it back.
Right.
Well,
And I know
Victoria-
there's some crossover, there's marketing is different from technology instruction or technology literacy. But our goal kind of has both of them lumped in there from our membership. So we may work on separate pieces. I dropped in the chat too. I don't know if any of you have thoughts on what type of content. There's Canva docs, there's pamphlets that some are still doing print, some are doing social media. Initially we're thinking all of that, but we'd have to figure out how to organize it all and get participation. Do y'all have your coffee yet this morning?
Well, could it live in Canva and could it be organized by, I almost put flower food in my coffee. Could it be organized by folders based on some sort of subheading, like here's mail content, here's map content, here's helpful patron content, here's bookmarks, and you just name your folders, and people can drop stuff into those ponds.
Yeah, so we'll take that idea back, Jeff. We didn't know too, like initially from our board, they wanted it all on our website, which may or may not happen. We can go back to them and say there's a better idea. But definitely Canva will have to be involved somehow because many of you, if not all of you, are using that as a tool. So whether it's organized within Canva or organized on our website and pointing to Canva docs, I think Canva is going to be a big piece of this.
Mhm.
In fact, funny story, with all the internet outages this morning, which some of you may have noticed or not, I have a big presentation I have to do this afternoon for a $1.5 million grant that we received. And my presentation was in Canva, which was inaccessible.
God.
But luckily I got in and downloaded a PDF just in case.
And it appears Cloudflare is, fixing everything too. So
Yeah, it's supposedly back. We'll cross our finger.
Society is held together by a delicate thread.
Right.
yes.
Well, in the past year, there's been at least 3 different, there was Amazon Web outages. There was, I think, an AT&T network outage across like half the country.
Mhm.
Oh, we're at the mercy of everything, but
I
Don't give
see
up
in-
our books.
right.
right.
Oh, Adam, you want to chime in?
Yeah. I was just gonna say that, like, I'm sorry, had something else I was trying to answer some emails for before getting into this, but we had spent a few years trying to figure out the best way for getting Michigan Notable Book promotional material to participating libraries because we needed to make sure that some things were always stayed on brand, but also customizable enough so that libraries could have the image of the author, their location, the hours that they're posting them. And so we ended up using, some where it's all just on Canva so that they could make changes, but only to certain things of it. And then there were others that we had where it was just the PDF on our website that they could download, but those had to make sure that they met accessibility requirements. And so that added another layer on there that we had to remind our print designer, the graphic designers, that like everything has to meet that ADA before we can even put it on our website.
Yeah, fun. Another.
Wrinkle.
And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not, even if we put content out, people can use it. But you're right, even some libraries, when they share stuff, sometimes they want it to be reused, other times they want it used just as is.
Yeah.
Depends on what you're doing.
And the comments that we had gotten before is that they really liked it seeing previews of it because the first iteration of that page a few years ago was just links. And at least a few people had said,
That's a
I
good
want to see
point.
a preview of what it looks like before I download it.
So maybe just like Amazon and our library catalogs, people will want thumbnails of these resources.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, Adam. Thank you.
Yeah, I
We'll
looked at the page.
take
it's
that
really
back.
good.
Yeah. But for us, it took like you're having to do for each file, you're having to upload the file and then two different versions of the image because you've got the mini thumbnail and then sometimes you have to have the bigger version of the file depending on what it is. Like the what was it? Like the logos, you had to have two different sizes of those or the cover photos and and some of the other social media graphics, but it's never going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Never gonna make everyone happy.
Yeah, we have a line that we use here. It's good enough for government work.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm well aware of is that, we could build something, but we'll see who comes to use it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it looks like there's a comment in here that Hastings is sharing stuff, so maybe we'll try to take a look at that.
Yeah. Barbara, did you mean Hastings Public Library?
Oh, maybe not, I assume.
No, I was answering the question in what all you do for marketing. We do the gamut from print to online,
I see.
including
I see what
bookmark.
you're saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and to
I
Laura's
wasn't
point
fast
too. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said I wasn't fast enough in my typing to get at the right time.
No problem. Think so. To Laura's point too, not everybody's in Canva, so that might be a useful whatever resource if we say, a thumbnail, what the content is, what format it's in case people use or don't use that. Yeah. So this is giving us good ideas. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I'll probably reach out to some of the statewide partners too to see if they have input or want to contribute to this. MCLS does a lot for marketing, Library Michigan, MLA.
Well, even looking at what Collaborative Summer Library Program does, because their content that goes national, and I'm sure they have to. So either reaching out to Kathy Lancaster or somebody else who's affiliated with CSLP would be worth even talking
Sure.
to them too.
I'd be happy to bug Kathy.
Good.
So, and really, even though this was one goal on our strategic planning, I think it may be a couple different ventures. This thing we're talking about now, and then as Tara said, are we looking at creating new digital literacy type materials and technology stuff, which may have a place that is pointed to in this repository as well, but that's a whole separate venture maybe.
Yeah, good point.
Well, I appreciate you all giving us some time on your agenda today and giving us input. Feel free, you can post to the group. I think Tara and I are both on the email list for the Michigan PR marketing. So if you have additional ideas, you can send them there. You can send them direct to Tara or me. I'm sbowers@tln.org. I'll put that in the chat there.
And mine's moontara@btpl.org.
And our group will be working on this year and moving forward. So stay tuned and we'll get back to all y'all if we make any progress.
Yeah, and if you have a random thought, just dash it off and send it to us. Because we're kind of in the brainstorming, figuring this out phase right now.
Well, I, for
Thank
one,
you.
want to give you guys a round of applause.
Thank you.
Because I think
Thank
this is something that will help, me, but also just everybody, This is, a great initiative. And as I always say, what makes one library stronger improves all of us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like Steve said, thank you for the time this morning. And I think we got some good information. All right. Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
guys.
I'm
Thanks,
gonna pop off.
everyone.
Thank
Wish me
you.
luck as I go present with Canva.
Good
Good
luck.
luck, Steve.
Get
Hopefully
that
it'll
money.
work. Right, exactly. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for those great ideas. And I think with this, it'll take a little time for it to come to fruition, but when it does, I think it'll be something that can help all of us. So now I turn it back over to the group. Who's got a question, a thought, idea, what's gone right, what's can be improved upon that, they learned lessons from in the past month or so? All right, we got no immediate questions today. So let me think of a question to toss out to the group today. I did have a question over email, and I'm blanking on the person who sent it, so I'm looking it up right now. But it was about teen services. I accidentally buried it in my email from yesterday. What's still in the inbox? Okay, add group to this. All right. Sandy from Oxford was asking us about teen programs and if they've had any standout teen programs that have worked well for you recently. And then, so I'll toss that out to the group here.
We did, I don't know if my audio is on. It
Yes,
is on.
Yep.
We did a teen RPG group. We just gave them what's called a one-shot RPG, something you can just complete in an hour and a half. That was great. And tomorrow or Thursday, we're doing a teen escape room. And that works. We got good signups. I don't know. Seems to be a fun thing.
Escape rooms are fun.
Yeah. It's even like,
How are you doing the escape room?
oh, I mean, you have to go down the hall and ask the librarian. But I can put a link to the vibe of it into the chat. It's mystery solving.
Okay.
I think it requires like less props and fake keys and weird puzzles.
Are you having an outside group come in and?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you.
And Laura posted in the chat an ebook on creating escape rooms that's free from Mel. Thank you.
And the reason I ask is because we went to the showcase on October 10th in Southgate and saw a presentation from Escape Rooms of Novi, I think, Novi in Brighton. And they bring a trailer. They have several different size trailers, and we don't really have to do anything but provide the space, but it's not cheap. I mean, for the day, if we did it for several hours, it would be $700-800 to do. And I mean, that's kind of right at the limit of what we wanted to probably spend, maybe beyond the limit of what we wanted to spend. And so I'll definitely use these other resources that you sent me. Here at Tecumseh, we've been doing on the half days in particular, the kids have half days for school. We did, just kind of looking behind me, we did dragon egg crafting, perler beads crafting, pygmy puffs, went over really well. We provide usually kind of minimal food, like, small bags of chips and maybe some cookies. And I have an outside person come in and organize the crafts. I buy the supplies, but it's relatively, inexpensive. And the problem is the kids, when they come on a half day, the ones who originally would stay until 4 or 5, they still stay till 4 or 5. So, you want to keep them busy if possible, for, from 11 to 1 or, 12 to 2, something like that. So it's pretty essential to have something. And we did have a pretty good Halloween party. We got Taco Bell to donate. It was also on a half day. Got Taco Bell to donate half of the tacos. So they donated 48 tacos. We had 48 that we bought, and the kids suggested that instead of pizza. And then we had a costume contest at the end, and I was shocked that we had about 12 kids who participated in that, and the prizes were really just donated books. They just wanted to do the contest. So it was, overall a pretty good month. But now that the weather is changing, we are doing more passive programming, and I bought some footballs and some volleyballs and basketballs also for the kids to use, just trying to keep them occupied, extending chess club hours longer, things like that, as well.
Great.
I
That's
was going to
awesome.
mention something too. For Grosse Pointe Library for teens, we did a new thing this year. We just started it called Bigs and Littles, and it's offering the teens community service hours, and then the kids, I think they're like 5 to 7, and then the teens or whatever. The teens serve as reading mentors, and the kids who need help learning how to read or improving their reading, and they come on a Saturday for an hour and they sign up ahead of time, and we're doing it once a month. And we've had really nice participation. It's a little bit different, and the kids are always looking for community service hours. So, sometimes we have a hard time getting teens to do anything. So when you get that carrot out there with community service hours, it helps a little bit. And it helps, they, kind of that multi-generational, get the little kids with the teens, and they do crafts and other stuff too. So it's kind of a fun 1 hour that we're doing with them. And so far it's worked out nicely. And it was something different that we tried this year.
We also are starting a teen advisory, kind of to piggyback off of that. Like almost every teen librarian I've talked to around the state seems like at some point they bring up the importance of having some sort of a teen advisory group. So, and that was also like a carrot for that, the community service hours that could count for. And there's a lot of good to it, but one of the biggest things that I hear is that it's kind of a built-in audience for built-in participants can be for your programs too. And so I'm looking forward to getting that started, getting it rolling before the first of the year, and then implementing it as they start second semester at school in January.
Well, good luck with that one.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have any other good ideas for Sandy?
This is for teens specifically.
Yeah. Well, or we could open it up beyond that too.
Sure. Because we're also doing, I think we've done this before, Teen Cooking 101 for teens who are looking to improve adulting skills and want to learn how to cook. We have a local chef come in to teach them the basics, including focusing on a specific thing for the program. Like this time, they're going to learn how to make dumplings. Each of the teens adulting stuff.
As long as we're on the teens for just a second, I'd like to ask, say, I have a bunch of librarians on here. Mel offers a lot of free resources as far as research for, I would say, primarily high school, but some of it middle school. Some of it, I guess, could be college. Like, I think they have Britannica. I know they have opposing viewpoints from Gale. Does anybody offer the high school Gale package or Gale? It's called Gale in Context. I just wondered, like, how many, if you don't offer that, like, do you have subscriptions to things like that as far as databases, primarily for high school that are not free, I guess, that you pay for?
We offer that, but it's not called Gale anymore. It's called something else. Reference Solutions.
Okay.
Yes. I'm trying to remember. It's terrible.
Do you
Data Axle. I don't know what we pay for it, but we do quite a few actually. The Opposing Viewpoints is another one. There's another one too. I'm looking here because I can't remember them all off the top of my head, which is kind of embarrassing. Learning Express, but that's an EBSCO thing. And then we have like the Brain Fuse Job Now too, through Brain Fuse, which is a popular thing for the high school kids. Explora, we also do that. Britannica, that's all ages. So we have quite a few. And the kids really use them. I mean, I try to promote them. Like when it's finals time, we'll have a time when the kids can come in to the library and do their studying. We we open up our program room and set it all up for the kids so they can come in there and work, and we promote the different test, the SAT, ACT, la 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 la, all that stuff, and try to really target the teens then to have them come into the library and do their studying.
Thank you.
I know we target Learning, and I can't remember if it's a Mel one or not. And thank you, Adam, for posting the teen on Mel in the chat there. Is Learning Express Library for all the standardized tests. But also they just have good math tutorials on there too, I find.
Yeah, what I did was I took the stuff from Mel in particular and kind of separated it out for our digital page for the teens, and then left Mel kind of as another resource too. And I found that Mel has a lot, for sure, and for free as long as you're a Michigan resident. I like the Opposing Viewpoints a lot, but you can't it isn't like, it's not usually for like anything beyond current events or near current events. as far as topics go. So it's a little bit limited compared to the high school version. But the high school version, the price we were quoted was about 2,000 a year. And without knowing whether people are going to use it, really without knowing whether people are really even using opposing viewpoints, that's, to me, that's a lot. Considering there's other resources available like Britannica, that do, I don't want to say the same thing, but they do something similar.
Do you have, Andy, do you have Peach Jar through your school system that you can send stuff?
I just, I don't think so.
Okay.
Partially because, for several years, the high school library has not operated.
Mm.
And they're really, really, really trying to cut costs. And I don't think they have any databases. Like when they asked me to put something together for them this fall for some of the teachers, I got the impression that, I mean, they knew what databases were, but that whatever I provided to the library was pretty much what they were going to go with. And so I'm not aware of that. I just this morning did ask, what's it called?
Peach Jar. And so it's a way to communicate through the school system's email system that they're already sending to the parents every week.
Oh, okay.
And so through our school system, they let us do like one message a month for free. Now, Peach Jar, sometimes they charge you, but if you're a nonprofit and obviously the library, you can work with the school. Like we have a marketing person that works for the school, a school system person. And she just says, what do you got? Send me a PDF and I'll put it in there for the month. And it's a great way to promote whatever it is you want to promote to the kids. And it's free. And you just upload a PDF or whatever. And that's a nice way to get the message because you're really getting the message to the parents.
Yes.
Who will then get the kids to, consider doing whatever it is. So.
Yeah,
that's an idea.
We do that, but it's not as organized. I mean, I send it to a secretary, our messages weekly, and it's to the middle school secretary, and then I contact a high school teacher who's, a department chair and everything, and she sends it out, but it's not as streamlined as what you're
okay. So there's not one person that's putting that stuff out through the school system.
I mean, again, I think, I've only been here for a couple of years, but, I'll just say communication sometimes is lacking and we're trying to, build some of those bridges. Another thing that we're doing that's exciting, I think, is we were having very, very low numbers for teen book club here at the library. So we took it on the road and it's at the high school and the numbers have skyrocketed there. And so I just, take some cookies and the books and some chips. And, we've done 2 so far. The third one's coming up on Monday. And, instead of me ordering 10 books that nobody checked out, sometimes we're, ordering 15 books that everybody checks out. So now we're ordering 20 books every month. So that's been exciting. But we're trying to, again, kind of be more of a presence in the schools, and anything we could do like what you're describing, I think would be a good step.
Right. That was a great conversation. I'll open the floor up. Does anyone have any questions, thoughts, ideas for the group? Did anyone run successful millages in September?
Next year for us.
Well, Mary, you've got my vote
Oh,
already.
thank you. Thank you, Kelly.
Next year for us too.
Yeah.
And Jeff, if I was a voter in Ferndale, you'd have my vote too.
Oh, thanks.
Why does my dog choose to get the zoomies when we're in a meeting? Oh. All right. Anyone else have anything for the group today? If not, we'll be back around at December the 16th will be our next meeting. And a roundtable meeting. Excuse my dogs in the background who were quiet until this meeting started. And now we have the Zoomies. All right, well then I'll post the recording up later today, and I thank everybody for coming today. And if you have any more thoughts for Steve and Tara about the TLN initiative, you know, feel free to send them directly to Steve or Tara, or if you don't have their contact, you can send it to me, and I'm happy to pass those along too.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kelly, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes.
I didn't
Happy
realize it was next
Thanksgiving.
week. I kind of freaked out this morning when I said, "Ah, it's next week." Ah,
Yeah,
how did that happen?
time goes quick.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Thank you.